Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new mobile game, King of Fighters All-Star. Let's get started. Surprisingly, this is not a fighting game. I would have expected a fighting game from the King of Fighters franchise, but this is not. This is a side-scroller, beat-em-up style of game featuring King of Fighters characters. So this game is free to play, but pay to win. It is heavily surrounded by microtransactions and a loot lottery system to unlock things, which is kind of the status quo now for these free-to-play Android and iOS games. The roster is massive. They even have different iterations of characters from different games, so there are multiple versions, for example, of Terry Bogard. There are pretty much all the King of Fighters and Fatal Fury and Mark of the Wolves characters that you can think of. There are a few notable exceptions. I was looking for Butt from Mark of the Wolves. He is not in this game, at least not that I know of anyway. So there's a ton of different unlockables in this game, from characters through crates, through missions, to accessories for your characters, ways to level them up, cards to use with them to give them additional benefits. It's really quite convoluted in terms of everything that you can do. Now there's different events as well. This is really heavily surrounded by the whole microtransaction thing. I will say that right up front, and it's one of the things I really don't like about this game. Some of the packages here, you can see the prices. They range anywhere from, I think, like $1 something all the way up to $139.99. So yes, you can pay $139.99, but that's just the way these games are nowadays. It just seems that that's kind of status quo and what to expect. In terms of items, there is a lot to this game. There actually is quite a variety of things here. There's also a roulette system for items. There's daily rewards, so just the standard things from most mobile games. There's different modes as well. So with the different modes, you can do things like time attack, arena, league match, different things like that, as well as things to level up your character and grind for items. They also have specific mission quests. So they have event quests, soul quests. All these things help power up your character, level up your character, and accumulate items. In terms of story mode, you go through all of the King of Fighters stories from 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. So I haven't gotten to 98 yet. I'm in the 97 storyline right now. But one of the perks on this is it kind of introduces you, if you are unfamiliar with King of Fighters, you can get really familiarized very quickly with the King of Fighters universe in a sense, because this is much different than a King of Fighters fighting game. The fighting system is very interesting in this game. You get 3 characters, but you can swap them, tag them in and out. On top of that, you also get support characters called strikers. So with each character, with each iteration of each character in this game, they have different abilities and do different things. So there are a lot of different play styles that you can choose, a lot of different team configuration, and really it encourages the whole collecting and powering up to make the best team. So I'm going to run a team of 3 Terry Bogards because why not? He is my favorite character in the King of Fighters series. But each card has their own unique abilities. I would say this is definitely not the best setup in order to progress in the game, but it's also for fun. I mean, I'm trying to enjoy this game and have as much fun with it while I can until the game requires you to pay something. And then usually on these ones, I've had my enjoyment and I'm out. I'm just being fully transparent here. There's also a story mode, and it ties in all of the King of Fighters series together. You can watch it if you want. You can skip through it. It's all up to you. But usually there's dialogue before and after each match you fight. So each round usually consists of 2 to 3 stages with some enemies. So you beat up some enemies, then you go to the next stage and beat up some more enemies, and then fight a boss. And that's about it. So each stage takes between 30 seconds and maybe a minute. It's pretty straightforward. So you can tag in and out. Controls are pretty standard. You use your thumb to control the character, and then on the right side of the screen are all the moves that you can power up and unlock. You can swap out characters within battle, and on top of all that, there's also an auto mode. So just above, I do have it in auto mode because it's very handy for when I'm trying to record and play the game at the same time. So the game's just playing itself right now with my powered up characters. This is also handy if you have to grind mission after mission after mission. You can just kind of set this up, set the phone down, and then come back when the mission's done. But that's pretty much it for the mission. then you get some items, some more dialogue happens, and you move on to the next mission. And with all the junk that you collect within the missions, you can power up your character. So I'll just power up my main character here, see what I can do. So you can level up, evolve, which gives it an extra star rating, so increases the overall star. On top of that, there's cores for abilities. So right here is the level up, so I'm just going to give myself some HP and defense. So that's all I need to show you about the game. I think the only thing I didn't touch on was the multiplayer aspect. There is multiplayer in this game. You can play against other people, but my experience has not been positive because of the I don't want to say laggy connection, but definitely not solid connection with my opponent. So my experience has been not great in that regard. It's not been a smooth experience. In terms of the overall gameplay, you've pretty much seen it here. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. There are a ton of characters. You can level and power up your characters. You can have loot crates and microtransactions and daily challenges and all of that. In terms of my overall thoughts on this game, as a beat 'em up game, I would say there are much better games out there already. I would say it's fairly simplistic, and you're kind of limited in what you can do. In terms of story mode on this game, I would say if you're into reading a lot of texts for a story that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or is not that strong, then yes, there's a big story mode to this game. In terms of everything you can do, there is a lot. This game is flooded with things. Really, it takes a little bit to kind of grasp everything that this game has. If you are playing this game, I would recommend not spending any of the free stuff you get right away until you know exactly what you're doing in this game. It's very easy to, I would say, misspend some of those free items that are actually worth quite a bit if you take a look at the relative prices in the store. I've honestly had this game for a few days, and I really don't see myself playing this one long term. I'm probably just going to play a little bit longer until my free, I would say, honeymoon period runs out, and then I really have to start spending in order to progress further in the game. And that's probably where I'll just pack it up and move on. The game's not bad in that sense. If you're into those microtransaction kind of games, then this might right be up your alley. But for me, I think the gameplay is thin enough, and the story is thin enough, and I'm not really into the microtransaction scene, that I'll just enjoy my free experience with the game and then set it aside, and probably that's it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of SNK. I'm a big fan of the King of Fighters series. I'm a big fan of Mark of the Wolves. Actually, Mark of the Wolves is one of my favorite arcade fighters. It's a lot of fun. In terms of King of Fighters All-Star, I'll say it's not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan of how surrounded by microtransactions the game is. It is free to play though, so you know what? I would definitely say check it out. It's worth checking out. If it's for you, great. If it's not for you, great. And if you search around, this game already has tier lists, the reroll guides. This game was previously released in Japan, so there is a lot of information floating around. But to be perfectly honest, I am much more of a fan of the King of Fighters 98, which you can actually just buy on the Google Play Store here. It's $3.99 in Canada. And King of Fighters 97 is actually also available too on the Google Play Store, which are two games I would recommend over this one. Those you do have to pay. This one is free, but I would say the gameplay experience, if you've never played King of Fighters before, is definitely worth checking out with King of Fighters 98 or even King of Fighters 97. But anyways, that's all I've got for today. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Thank you, everyone. Take care.